What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. I said I'd make a video today about the market update, basically. So going over what's happening in the market and what to look for. It's going to be a quicker video, just going over a few tickers and showing what I see, basically. Just to start off, I'm just gonna give a disclosure here. We're kind of in a spot of indecision in many sectors, indexes as well. We're at a big spot where it's kind of better to wait before deploying cash into a certain bias. In my opinion, we have CPI data coming out Wednesday, which is going to change things, uh, make certain sectors react certain ways. So it's better, in my opinion, to wait and be safe. Um, so just uh, keep that in mind. So we're going to try to keep it quick here. Going over gold right now. Um, this has held a nice 4-hour wedge last week. It based out here, consolidated, then got a really nice push into this resistance. Then since then it's had a pretty ugly rejection, to be honest. We're gonna want this trend to hold. So basically 2,330. We want that to hold. Otherwise, it can be seen as uh, a bearish rejection of the 618, the 0.618, which is the golden pocket Fibonacci. So generally, if a move down is strong, this 618 will hold and create it's going to start the next leg down, basically. So it could be what we're seeing now. So if this high holds and we break this trend, then we could get a correction downward on gold. But what bulls want to see is for this to hold and then we rally, break this, and then rally back to all-time highs. But can go either way for sure. GDX, this is obviously the gold miners ETF. I posted last week on Twitter that we're in a big consolidation here with a tight uptrend and tight downtrend. Watch out for the break. We ended up breaking upward. We tested this big level, $36, and so far we're rejecting, but still holding a higher low for now. Again, if we want to see gold and GDX hold this low, hold this retest, if that happens, then it could really rally and maybe break this level, which on the higher time frames is a massive level. So this massive downtrend will be broken if we can rally above 36.30, let's say. So that would be huge. Would be ideal for bulls to hold this higher low and keep consolidating before breaking up here. That would be ideal. GDXJ is the juniors, same idea, same chart. Um, Copper has been way stronger than gold this week. For some reason, it's just on a freaking rampage. I haven't been following the news too much about maybe supply shortages. I'm really not sure, but we're rallying hard here, coming into the all-time high resistance. So definitely could see some struggling. I'm not gonna hold my breath saying this is gonna rip straight through. I'm not gonna lie and just say random shit just to get people optimistic. So definitely could reject here. We could see some issues, but so far still very strong, holding the moving averages very well. Just continues to consolidate and move higher. This is the copper miners ETF. This is one that we took a position in the green room at the 45.50, right about here. So I'm holding that in a weekly breakout here. As long as this level holds as support now, $47. We got little to no resistance till 57. So this is when I plan to continue holding as long as this holds and the momentum in the sector holds. Copper has been extremely bullish. Hopefully it continues that way. And just to say, even if we do get corrections in gold and copper, and even oil, further corrections, um, doesn't mean that they're automatically bearish. Maybe in the short term we might see some deeper sells, but still overall on the long term view on these things, I'm very bullish. Um, Oil itself it's a bit of a messy chart, I'm sorry, but taking a pretty big correction lately. Back to some big levels here though. So if this holds, we could see a rally back up in oil itself. XLE, the oil miners, has been holding up a little better. We have this downtrend which I'm watching before really taking some swings on oil. I'd like to see this break before doing so, before buying some oil stocks. Bitcoin had a very nice bear trap below 60,000. Um, that week that SPY had corrected last week or the week before, people were scared. We came down and tested this level and then just got sucked right back over 60K. So that's quite bullish. Now we just want this low to hold 59,000 or even 59, 60,000. If this holds and we break this downtrend, we could easily rally back to this trend here and test all-time highs again. So this is quite bullish. Uranium had a nice rally last week. Some uranium stocks, however, this week kind of struggling, or last week and this week basically kind of struggling so far. Bulls want to hold this retest if they want to rally back to all-time highs, but some uranium miners have been quite weak. NXC had some bearish earnings, so anyway, this is the uranium miners. So if this holds, you could rally. Otherwise, we could get sucked back into this consolidation, and kind of won't be much of a trade if that happens. Canopy had obviously a massive rally 2 weeks ago. So far, really struggling really hard to bounce. If it loses this $9 level, it could easily come back down to 675, in my opinion, if it loses this trend. So this is a really big deal. I know a lot of people, a lot of my followers as well, are big on wheat stocks. I'd love to be. I'd love to be a super passionate cannabis bull, but just the amount of times these rallies have sold off, I'm not holding my breath, staying unbiased. So from now, what I see is if we reclaim 1023, we could really squeeze, and if we lose $9, we could dump pretty hard to 675. So playing it as I see it. MSOS, which is the US cannabis stocks, has been much more solid than Canopy, if you ask me. Canopy has sold every single rally that they've had since trying to bounce. MSO is kind of just a little bit stronger. The earnings for Trulieve and GTII have been pretty good, but still no huge bullish reaction. So we're still in this big rising wedge. I'm not saying this is a rising wedge that's going to break down. It could be just a very strong uptrend and a strong downtrend, but well, two strong uptrends. But yeah, kind of in no man's land, like a lot of things. So that's about it. ES, which is SPY futures or SPX futures. This is kind of what I'm watching right now. We got this big leg down to test the lows like 2 weeks ago. So whenever I see big legs down or big legs up, I like to watch for a retrace into the fibs. So if it was a leg up, so let's say I was looking for a pullback here, I would plot down here till up here, and let's say we were pulling, let's say this reversal would confirm, I would look for an entry around the golden pocket. Anyway, that's just a quick little rundown. But right now, we have broken the golden pocket, but we're into some really big resistance here. There's a lot of candles and confluence up here, as well as the 0.786, which is also a big and important Fibonacci. So we're in a big level here. Kind of don't want to take any longs just yet until we get a confirmation that we're breaking here. Reason being is this fib is very strong, as well as the resistance. We did have a big correction. All the people who went long here may want to take profits here. CPI data is Wednesday, so if that comes in hot, we could see some selling. We have an inside day today, so I'm kind of looking for the low of here or the high of here to break before getting ready for the next moves. And the break of whichever side this breaks is going to be a big decision maker for me. So that's something I'm watching. If we do correct here and reverse, I'd see definitely this as the first support. If that fails, then it could come down to here. Same thing on the Nasdaq, inside day into some massive resistance here, a lot of confluence. Can we rip right through? Yes, it's possible, but I'd imagine we'd chop around first, really give bulls a clear view of what's going to happen and how we're going to break out. And then once that's all said and done, then we could probably break all-time highs. But again, not holding my breath, trying to wait for things to play out. This is my messy SPX chart. Again, all of this is resistance. So kind of don't want to jump the gun and say we're going to all-time highs, but this is basically what I'm looking for. We could reject here, come back into here. So yeah, I'm not really ready to take any big longs yet. Besides for that, I'm just literally letting some swing trades play out. I haven't done too much this week and last in terms of swing trade entries, but these are some of the ones that have been paying off pretty well. So ARIS, or ARIS Mining Corp, it's a gold stock that we've been holding. Posted it on Twitter as well. Let's see. So this was the breakout call on Twitter. The green room, I posted my entry around 380, my starter, and then added quite big at 460. It's now at $6. This has been one of the best performing gold stocks, and when they go straight up like this, all you got to do is keep trailing your stop loss, and you shouldn't get stopped out. You should be able to ride the move. Same with ABRA. Took an entry at 30.5 cents. Been riding this up. As long as it keeps making higher lows, we're good. So this is kind of what I mean that when I said that some gold and copper and oil miners will be much stronger than the commodity price itself, and this is what I love to see. This is why I think there's still a lot of opportunity in the sectors. There's going to be these outliers that are really strong and provide some really good swing trades. Besides for that, this monster of a day on GameStop was insane. Posted it last week on Twitter as well as in the green room. Several times I pounded the table last week saying that this could really go. So on Twitter, I wrote double inside day. On GameStop, hourly bull flag breakout. That was obviously a really good call considering we basically doubled from that low. So that hourly bull flag was down here on GameStop. Obviously, this is a very high risk stock, so I'm not gonna say wow, like I made a double, like you. Anyway, this is so easy. It's a high risk stock. I could have lost a lot of money too, but it played out well. So this basically doubled from that call. Insane day. That guy Roaring Kitty from the movie on GameStop tweeted for the first time this weekend, and that's what ignited this run. And now shorts got squeezed. They still are in trouble. Um, this could continue, which would be insane, or it could reject. It's still early to say, but on a longer term view, these are kind of my big levels, and I hit a big one after unhalting today. So around $40, I'll call it hitting that level. So 38, whatever, $40. If it does continue, I'd see 60, 63, and then obviously the all-time high as resistance, but it's really too early to say. Along with that, we have AMC, which was a really nice push today too. It actually ran even more than GameStop at the close. So in total, 78% versus 74. So this caught a lot of attention too. Big breakout. So we're kind of seeing some very risky stocks take off now, which is kind of a bad sign if you ask me. Generally, when these meme stocks start to take off, it's kind of a bad sign, and the market kind of doesn't really like it based on historical events. So I'll just leave that out there. Obviously, everyone should take on new trades with stop losses in mind, with the risk managed. So always be careful playing these stocks. Don't just chase something just because someone says it's going to the moon. Be very careful. Have a trade plan. Yeah, with that being said, we're still in a bit of indecision in the market in several sectors. I'm gonna try to do these videos more regularly and touch on things here and there. Maybe if I do it once a month or bi-weekly, I'm not sure yet. Depends on the interaction we get. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make these a little more often, and give people some ideas on what to look for and all that. If you do want to know more about the green room and how it works, feel free to send me a DM. Um, that's about it for this video. Hope you had a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.